So an awesome Pacific Island matchup in the rugby world takes place this weekend. Fiji versus Tonga. It's a part of the 4-team competition, also including Samoa and Japan, and should be a very awesome match to watch. The Fijian side, quite a few Fijian draw players getting the opportunity, and Tonga, after their victory over Australia last week, looking to make it 2 from 2. But looking through, first of all, at this Fijian side, they will be as follows: number 1, Pini Ravai; number 2, Sam Matavesi; and then number 3, Masaki Donge. So pretty physical front row for the Fijians. They will have Sam Matavesi coming in. He has been playing overseas, whereas the other two have been playing in Super Rugby Pacific. We'll be hoping to have big start to this match. Looking at the locks, Asoa Nasilasila will be the number 4, and then number 5, Timo Mayanavanoa. So Nasilasila we have been seeing throughout Super Rugby Pacific, and he has been pretty decent when it comes to those lineouts. And I feel like this is one of those games that possession is going to be crucial. So whoever's getting the better of those set pieces, the lineouts, the scrums, all of those important moments in the game could end up walking away with the victory. And the loose forward trio will be Lakima Tangivalu. At number 6, he will be making his debut. Number 7, they have gone with the big man Lavani Bortio, who's been tearing it up for La Rochelle for a long time in the top 14. And then number 8, Albert Tuisui, also plays his rugby overseas. So this game for Fiji, it won't just be about trying to get the victory, but also trying to build chemistry heading into that Rugby World Cup in less than 2 months' time. In the back line, it will be Frank Lamani at number 9 with a debut at fly half. It is Caleb Muntz. The benefit that he has got is he's already played alongside Frank Lamani for the Fijian drawer. A few of the other guys in this side, he has also played alongside for the drawer, so he won't feel too lost out there on the field for this match. Number 11, they have given it to Celestino Ravatamunda, a player who did brilliantly for the draw throughout the Super Rugby Pacific season. It's great to see him get the opportunity at international level. They had so many choices for that back line. They could have ended up with Vinaya Habosi in there. Tuisova, people were wondering where they'll find him, and the answer is not too far from number 11. Number 12, it is Joshua Tuisova. And then number 13, Waisia Nyatha-Levu. So there were a few questions of whether or not Tuisova would be playing in the centres or out on the wing. But we did have the prediction from seeing the squad that they were going to put him at number 12, just because he was in the inside centres category rather than the wingers or the outside backs like we would normally see him in. So he has transitioned to 12, and that could be a very dangerous option for the Fijians in this contest. Number 14, Gita Wainanyolo, and then number 15 to close out the starting lineup, it is Sireli Manyala. But that is the starting side. Now looking through at the reserves, number 16, Tavita Ikanaviri, number 17, Aroni Maui, and then number 18, they have got Luke Tangi. So quite a few Fijian drill boys. You'll hear me say that a lot for this Fiji side, but it is great to see how many opportunities are being given to those boys who have been playing well throughout Super Rugby, now getting themselves possibly an opportunity heading into France. Number 19, another debut for Fiji. It is Te Ihuaru Tharikadavita. Now, anyone who knows what this man is capable of will see him as a very good option off that bench. He can play lock, he can play loose forward. He's been playing for the Tasman Marcos in New Zealand for the Bunnings NBC for quite some time. Recently got that opportunity with the Fijian drawer and didn't let them down one bit. And if he has a big game here off the bench, certainly a superstar in the making for Te Ahuaru Tharikadavita. And number 20, Viliami Mata. Number 21, Penny Matawalu. 22, Ben Vulavula. So we don't often see Vulavula not starting a match for the Fijians, but he is going to be coming off the bench. Adds a little bit more experience later on in this game. And then also a bit of experience at number 23. It is Semi Radradra, the last man in this Fijian side. But now looking through at the Tongans, the opposition, like I mentioned, they did manage to win their game last week up against Australia A, looking to make it 2 from 2. And with the side that they've got, perhaps it could be a very close one. Number 1, Sagfred Fisiahoy. I feel like I've absolutely butchered that name, so I do apologise for that. I feel like they made the hardest name to pronounce, the man who's starting at number 1. But number 2, Seula Mali, and then number 3, Ben Tamefuna. So a strong front row for the Tongans as well. And the scrums for these two sides, it's just going to be like two goats just ramming into each other. Are the goats the ones that do the ramming? But it's going to be like two rams locking horns in the front rows. It's going to be very entertaining to get to witness. Number 4, Halileva Fafita, and then number 5, Sam Lucy to close out the lock and duo. And the loose boy trio, it is Tangi Noa Halaiwhanua, number 7, Solomoni Funaki, and then number 8, Via Fafita. He offers so many different positions for this 4-pack. He can play lock, he can play 6, he can play 7 or 8, depending on whereabouts you need him. They've decided to give him the opportunity at number 8, so expect some big meters made off the back of the scrum. Also, when he gets that ball in hand, he's got that offload game that could prove very useful. In the back line, it is going to be Sonatane Takalua, the captain. He was the captain all throughout last year, keeps that captaincy, keeps his spot as number 9. Number 10, Otumaka Marcia gets the start as fly half. Number 11, they have gone with Solomoni Kata, who definitely has found himself some success over the last little while, whether he is playing in Super Rugby Pacific or in the Bunnings NBC, just manages to tear his way through most opposition. He's going head-to-head in this game with Wainaniolo. I feel like that will be a great battle to watch when they are both running down the wing, but definitely a player to watch out for in this game. As Solomoni Kata in the midfield, it will be Malakai Fekitoa at number 12, with number 13 being Afusipa Taumapo. So we know how dangerous Fekitoa can be. Taumapo we haven't seen as much of, but I feel like him and Fekitoa, there's definitely going to be physicality coming from every position in this game. Whether you are a prop or you are a fullback, you're probably going to put in at least one big hit and you're going to take one as well. And that is why so many people love watching these Pacific Island nations play. It's because they put in those hard hits, they put their bodies on the line, and certainly play with a whole bunch of heart. Number 14, Finia Nisi, and then number 15 to close out the starting lineup for Tonga, it will be Salesi Piatel, or some of you may know him as Charles Piatel from the Bristol Bears. But now looking through at the reserves, Sam Molly at number 16, number 17, Fial Furuweka, and then number 18, Tau Kalamatangi, number 19, Sitavini Mafi, with number 20 being Sione Vailanu. So a lot of great players to come off the bench here for Tonga. And some of these guys, they are quite young, so they're getting that opportunity to try and get a few more minutes under their belt before possibly heading to that World Cup, and not too long at all. Number 21, Manu Pai. Number 22, Patrick Pellegrini, could end up with his debut coming off the bench at number 22, and then number 23 to close out their side, it is Kyron Tomofalau. But those are the starting lineups and reserves for both Fiji and Tonga, one of 2 games that are taking place as part of this Pacific Nations Cup this weekend. Should be an entertaining one. It is kicking off at 12 p.m. on Saturday, so around a lunchtime kickoff for us here in New Zealand. We will be doing the live commentary for this match, so be sure to check that out as well. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of these 2 sides in the comments down below as well, and I will see you all for the next one.